Hello, you guys. This is Pam with Pam for Christ. Um, this is another story out of my book, but this one is called the Tarzan vine. So this is the time when I should have sort of plummeted to my death, but I didn't. Okay, so what ended up happening was when I was younger, I'm trying to think. I may have been between the age of 10, I want to say, and 12. It was somewhere in between that age. And because I used to go a lot of places and stuff like that with my neighbor and, like with my cousins and stuff like that. And what ended up happening was we had went to visit another cousin. And they sent, of course, when you're kids, the grown-ups always send you outside to play. So they sent everybody outside to play. But of course, there were some areas we were not supposed to be in. And my cousin stayed in some apartments. And behind the apartments, it was a it was a wooded area with like a lot of trees and a lot of vines. But it was a very, very steep hill. And on the hill, you had other little small trees and stuff like that, but you could still see clean towards the freeway. So you had that view of the freeway going backwards and going forward. So they told us to stay from that area because a lot of kids had, slipped and fell, down the hill. So they told us to stay from that area. They hadn't put a fence up at that time. And so my cousins, they were guys and they were older, and they decided that they had been sneaking and swinging on the vines the whole time, but like their parents never knew that that's what they were doing. So they pretty much didn't want the girls to do it. They just figured that was like a guy thing, that we couldn't handle it. But we were used to swinging on the vines, but we never did it at that height. And that was from where the apartments was sitting to the freeway was like 7 stories. So that would have been like a 7-story fall. But everyone had grabbed their vine, and we were tugging on it, making sure that it was a good strong vine. And for some reason, my cousin kept saying, "No, Pam, I don't want you to. You don't need to be swinging." So I'm like, "Well, why not? I want to do what everybody else is doing." And I was the youngest, so And they were like, "No, we don't want you to do it because we don't know what to tell your mama if you end up falling or something end up happening to you." And I'm like, "I can handle it. I want to swing. I want to have fun." So they sort of kept me from doing it maybe like the first 15 minutes. So I was like, I'm going to do it anyway. So by the time they swung, it was an area where they can hop off, and they would still have to climb back up the hill. But the area that they hopped off may have been 1 to 2 stories down. So that really wasn't a huge hop for them. So they would hop on the side, fall down a little bit, climb back up. But they were so used to doing it and we wasn't. Maybe that was another reason why. So I was like, I want to do what you guys doing. I ended up getting the vine, and my cousin was like, no, he kept fighting with me, telling me he didn't want me to do it. So I'm like, I'm going to do it anyway. So I got the vine and I swung across, but I don't think I swung more than like 10, 15 feet. That was nothing, but it was fun. And so by the time I swung back across, he had got mad at me. He was like, why did you do that? I told you not to do it. So everyone used to, correlate and swing all at the same time because it was sort of like a contest to them. And what he ended up doing was taking the vine out of my hand. And I was like, no, that's my vine. I want it. That's mine. I'm going to swing with you guys. He took the vine out of my hand. And when he did that, I'm like pouting. I'm crying. I'm mad. You're taking my fun away. I didn't know all of it was for a particular reason. Well, right when everybody said, on your mark, get ready, get set, go, he had my vine, the one he told me not to use, in which if I had used it, it would have been me instead of him. So what ended up happening was, as soon as they took off and they got ready to swing across, the vine broke. And he literally fell all 7 stories down. Now, mind you, it wasn't a straight drop. He fell 2 stories down. Then he went down the hill, the other 5 stories, he rolled all the way down the hill until he fell on the road by the freeway. And he sort of rolled in the freeway a little bit. The oncoming car that saw him swerved in enough time not to hit him. And the car stopped on the side of the road, backed up, made sure he was okay, actually put him in the car and drove him around to the other side of the freeway, because the other side of the freeway had a bridge that you can actually walk back across to get to the apartments. And The car, took him on the other side, made sure everything was okay or whatever. They was, I saw the people, because you can see clean from where we were to, like I said, down to the freeway. And it was like absolute miracle that he did not get hurt. He didn't have any broken bones. And I was just thinking, I'm like, wow, he took that man away from me. What if that was me? I may not have survived that fall. And even if I did survive the fall, what if I had rolled out in the freeway and got hit by the car? Because he was bigger than me, I was smaller than him. So of course the people that was in the car saw him when he rolled, into the, road, when he rolled on the freeway after he had fell. And by the time he made it back up, one of my other cousins had already ran in the house and told on him. It was like, oh yeah, he ended up, swinging on the vine and he fell and da 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 da. So, now the adults came out because all the adults were in the house. We were outside. So now the adults came out, they're looking at, down the, the hill, and they looking at him walking back across. And it's like everybody was on punishment for the rest of the day. It was like, they were like, you guys just don't understand how dangerous that was. That's why we told you not to, go over there, blah, blah, blah. And when he got back, he got his butt towed up. He got a whooping so bad. But like I said, at the time, I just to think about, like, wow, that could have been, me. That vine broke, and, he fell 7 stories down. But after that incident, the parents did petition to get a fence put up in the back of the apartments, and I don't think it took them more than like a week to get that done, because my uncle, he acted a fool, and he, talk, and I think he was cussing people out and everything else, but, that was his son that could have died, you get what I'm saying, by them not having that fence up there, and by us being young, dumb, and stupid, you get what I'm saying. So I'm like, wow, my Tarzan vine broke, but what if I had a, used that vine? Like I said, I don't think I would have survived that fall like he did. You get what I'm saying? But everything happened for a reason, and God knew, and maybe that was just my cousin protecting me, because maybe he felt some type of danger. I don't know, but like I said, everything happened as the way that it should have, and like I said, I am still here. I thank God that he did take that vine, and he took that fall for me too. But like I said, that was another story. You guys, please leave a comment on, like I said, I'm from the country, so that was crazy stuff that we used to do as far as like swinging on vines like monkeys or something like that. But just leave a comment and tell me, your experience with, doing crazy stuff like that, or swinging or bungee jumping or something that you did that was dangerous that could have potentially killed you. So this is your girl Pam Price. I love you guys. Peace.